Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad from Radko Tarot, and in this whole video we're going to look into Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and as well a Libra Rising weekly general tarot reading February 15th up until February 21st, 2021. And if you are interested in a personal reading with me, guys, or do you want to take my tarot classes, you can check out the description down below. And there you're going to see a link to my website from which you can view, purchase either or both of these services. So with that being set aside, let's move to the reading straight away. And the first card you do have for you, Libra, that is going to be the Tower card. Moving next, we do have the Temperance, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. Moving next, what we do have, that is to be the Queen of Cups. And the last one that we do have for you, that is to be the Queen of Swords. Ooh. Quite of a roller coaster it is what you do have throughout the week. For at the start of it here with the Tower card, guys, Tower card, it is a when things go down sour, especially if the card is a first into the spread, one should prepare themselves for rather quite of an unpleasant symptoms, quite of an unpleasant circumstances. This is where things you have built, things you have hoped for, okay, things you have placed a certain, again, hopes into, they just gone. I mean, they crumble, they fall into ruin. So in some extreme cases at the start of the week, unfortunately, you may find your relationship broken down. You may find you being fired from work. You may find that you are pregnant as well, which could happens to be unpredicted pregnancy. It's kind of like unplanned pregnancy, okay? Whether it's wanted or not, that depends entirely on you. It is just these circumstances that throws your plans out of the window. It is just nothing is the same, and you are left to think in a brand new way or to react in a brand new way, for you have not seen this one coming. Now the Tower card, usually, you know, while it's kind of like a very stressful and tumultuous period of time, ultimately at the end it has very cleansing and nurturing effect upon one's life, not upon the situation that rumbled down, but upon the life itself. So if that is about you know, breaking a relationship down, well, I have to approach the card from a different angle here. Now, why this is happening, it's the question, right? Well, because when we do have the Tower card, it means that whatever you have built have no longer room to grow. So if that's about a relationship breaking down, that is because this relationship could not transcend any longer. It would never be a marriage, it would never be a family, it would never be an engagement. It just would have stayed at the same time, at the same place, and no progress whatsoever would be achieved through the current circumstances. And that's why you are thrown into a abnormal circumstances. I am explaining that into my tarot classes why this is happening, but in generally that is the intervention of the universe, so you can proceed growing, as you could have not grown any further into the current stage. Same thing happens if we are talking about career. Either a project falls down, the company you're working at is facing a crisis, you know, whatever it is. The Tower points that your plans at the start of the week are going to be thrown out of the window, and you have to think in a brand new way in order to move forward. And brand new way it is what we do have here with the second card of the reading, which is Temperance. And that is one of the best cards to tackle with the Tower. That is because Temperance always finds the middle path, okay? Temperance always finds the path or the approach, the performance, if you will, or the tackling, that it is in neither of the extreme. Neither you are gonna go over performing here, panicking, if you will, feeling like you are with with your back against the wall. Neither you are going to be completely indifferent and ignorant, thinking that things are going to resolve on their own accord, for they won't. Now, another thing with the Temperance Libra, it is that you are going to face a lot of compassion, a lot of solidarity from the people around, seeing what is happening to you, and for the most part that it is, they are going to recognize that you brought it on yourself, but at the same time, they're going to recognize that you are, well, I hate using this term, but let's say you are a good person, and you definitely do not deserve, to fall into ruin. So you can expect at that point to have certain help that comes about. And with the Temperance, you may be surprised at that stage to see that people that you expected least to come to your aid, they will. And that will not going to be because now you are on the same page or anything like that. But it is something like, I forgot what movie that was, where one army captured the other one. They literally slaughtered it, but they never killed the king. And the other king said, well, kings do not kill kings, okay? They just don't. And that will be the presumption here, that while you may be an enemies with somebody, or rivals, or a competitors, there is a certain, how can I say, a certain code that is going to be kept here. While they are against you in this time of crisis, they will feel obliged to help you, for this is not how you are supposed to go down, if you are going down. But you may kind of like find at the start of the week, right, I'm kind of like very overwhelming here, and it's like you may at that point think that things are never going to get any better. I mean, that you are falling down into the bottomless hole, and you're never going to dig yourself up, and that is going to be the general feeling from you at the start of the week. Now, one thing I want to say with the Temperance before I close the card down, it is that at this stage here, you're going to recognize that there was things that you had overlooked or that you had underestimated into your business, for example, into your career, into your relationship, whatever is breaking down here with the Tower card. And that is a severe portion of why things kind of like get this far. So from now on here, it will be a personal vow that you're going to take. This time around, moving forward, should you have a chance to fix things around, which you always have with the Tower card, okay? For example, if your relationship shatters, you can definitely pick up the pieces and glue them back together. But the point of the Tower is that you don't glue them the same way, okay? But this time around, you glue them in such way that this relationship have a room to expand. And right after the Temperance takes place, where you do find the correct approach to the situation, you do have the help, the solidarity, and the compassion from others, this is where the Ace of Pentacles hits in, and that is the reveal, okay? That is the reveal of the result of the Tower. And this is where you do see that was a blessing in disguise, okay? Giving you an example, you get fired from your job at the start of the week, and that is very extreme example, but still, you get fired from your job at the start of the week, okay? And somewhere throughout the week, the whole company goes bankrupt, and everybody who stick with the company are left without any benefits. But you aren't, because you got laid off beforehand. So everything is turning out to be a blessing in disguise. And here, thanks to the destruction of your plans, thanks to these unpleasant circumstances, now you do have your chance and your opportunity to further whichever goal you thought is lost. So that is like the revival from the ashes here with the Ace of Pentacles, where you get another chance to establish a successful business moving forward, or a very well established and harmonious relationship as well moving forward, whichever thing kind of like rumbled in your life and being brought down, shattered into pieces. And you're going to pretty much enjoy this, how can I say, this new development here, knowing that, and kind of like seeing that, yeah, you had a really tough time that is very undermined expression here, because for some of you it's going to seem very devastating. It's like all of your life got decimated down, but halfway through the week you are to see that this is exactly what your life needed, okay, to throw you out in the blue and to make you see the things from a different way, or to deal with a different, how can I say, circumstances here. So you could have further your goal, or rather like proceed with your goal even further. Oh my, and that will be quite of a roller coaster, like I said, going from up through the deep, kind of like diving deep down and then going back up. I don't know how to explain. It's like it's like a graph, you know. And once you do stabilize here, Libra, this person steps in for you, and that is definitely somebody you do know, somebody that it was with you throughout the whole time, and they were just an observer, for they could have not done anything, for the whole situation was completely secluded from them, okay, and they felt helpless to help you, obviously. And here with this individual, Queen of Cups, you are going to make a retrospective analysis, why it happened, how things went thus far, and what you can do in order to prevent such thing to happen moving forward. Now here you need to know with the Queen of Cups that how can I say, a lot of a privacy is going to be shared. I mean, you're going to share private stuff and private information about you. They are going to share the same thing as well with you, and it is very important that the discretion is kind of kept in between you two. Whatever you share among each other, it stays in the room you shared it, and it never leaves that place. The trust with the Queen of Cups, while it is a undying trust, it's very fragile, and you can break it almost instantly should you even mention something that it is discreet that you have discussed with the Queen of Cups right there. So this person here, you can count that they are going to provide a very big emotional support that you would definitely need through these times of a turmoil that you are to experience right at the start of the week, or the very first half of the week. But once again, even if you feel like your life is sucked away, do not give up, Libra, for this salvation is just behind the corner, and that was from the grand plan, okay? You should have, or you, how can I say, you had to go through this decimation, if I may say it that way, so you can start rebuilding your life much colorful and much, how can I say, much broader than before. And at the end of the week here, we do have the Queen of Swords, and that is your new standpoint, actually. That is where you're now much better prepared for the future, having that lifetime experience in a span of 1 week. And literally, this is what you are going to experience in 1 week. Some people experience or they don't have even the half of that experience throughout their entire life. And here you are going to extract or suck in a lot of a valuable lessons. This experience is gonna make you how can I say, better prepared. That is because from now on, moving forward, what you're going to rely on is the information. And from now on, you're always going to seek the maxima, if I may say it that way, or the standpoint where before you jump into action, before you take on a challenge, enterprise, or whatever, you will want to be forewarned. You will want to be emancipated with the thing right there. So whichever way the situation develops, whichever way the future projects go, whichever way the future relationships move forward, you always are gonna feel like you are capable to push the things through in whichever direction you want. And that is only through an information. That is only when you are forewarned, and therefore you are gonna find yourself forearmed. But just to summarize all that for you, Libra, that is a invaluable lesson that you're going to learn through a personal experience at the start of the week. Yeah, very poignant at the start, but then very, very refreshing halfway through. That is going to happen to be a blessing in disguise. It is how I see it. You know, you get rid of something just so you can either rebuild it, but this time around with much more prosperity and much more how can I say, potential to grow, or straight away replace it with a similar enterprise that will be much more promising than beforehand, that will allow you to further your goal moving forward, and an invaluable lesson learned from it, like I said, that you are never going to allow to become that vulnerable anymore in your life. So with that being said, Libra, this was your weekly general tarot reading, guys. February 15th up until February 21st, 2021. It's a bit of on a heavy end here, and I hope you enjoyed it and you do liked it, and we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.